Welcome to Newsday with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark. All right, Joe Montana is here with Guinness. You watching the Winter Olympics, Joe?
I haven't yet.
No, I haven't either.
No, I haven't yet. Only mainly because we're staying in this. The house we're staying in here has a smart TV, but it's a lot smarter than me. I'm trying to figure. I get to see some of it, but I've been missing most of it.
We can't get the TV working?
I can get it working. I just can't get it to where I want it. So.
What are we What's on TV then? What are we watching?
Mostly movies and things like this, but I've been watching the highlights.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you fix the 49ers? They only need a little bit. Trey Lance is coming in. How do you view that situation?
I think they keep Jimmy until you find somebody else. I don't think Trey's ready to play yet.
Okay.
As myself, and after talking to some of the players, it's one of those things that, if you can keep Jimmy healthy, he plays well enough to get you here.
Whoa, pro Jimmy. Joe, you're pro Jimmy.
I think, for now, yeah.
Wow, okay. All right, I want to ask a football question. So Everyone who plays admires you. Who do you admire of the young quarterbacks right now when you watch them?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of the guys. One's playing on Sunday. The other guy's in Buffalo, and the other guy's for the Chargers. I like those.
He's coming on here in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. He's fun to watch.
Joe Burrow, the comparisons, they've called him Joe Cool. That's his demeanor. I've spent some time with him, very calm and collected. When people make those comparisons, how do you view that? I mean, do you look at him more and say, okay, yes, he is, no, he's not? Are you kind of discriminating when somebody makes that comparison? How do you view that?
Nah, I'm not somebody who compares people to other people. I think you have to watch everyone. They all have their own style, and even though I looked up to certain players when I was growing up, I didn't try to, have the same style that they did. I mean, it's nice to be compared to a young guy who's having success.
Sure.
So, and probably, I'm thinking is going to win the Super Bowl. So
we got Joe Burrow winning the Super Bowl. I do too. But
I think so. But I'm not very good
more
at that
than
stuff.
Me. Why aren't you good at that stuff?
Well, when I first got into broadcasting, when I first retired, the behind the scenes, the makeup lady had a pool every weekend where everybody picked games, and the guys would all throw in $5 or everyone in the studio. And she came out one day laughing so hard. And I said, what's so funny? She goes, your picks are so bad, everybody wants you to have your money back. So I go, I pick with my heart, I can't help it.
Joe, what are we doing? How are we making these picks?
Yeah, I'd rather play. Just give me the ball, I'll be fine.
Tom Brady obviously retired a couple of weeks ago. He looked up to you. It's another example of someone who looked up to you. His legacy is what?
Oh, it was one of the greatest to play the game, obviously. I mean, the guy, it would be hard. Someone's going to have hard-pressed to catch him and the things he's able to do. Although these guys will be playing a lot longer than normal now, unless, some freak injury comes to them. This just mainly because they're just not getting hit as much. Yeah, no,
it's totally different. I mean, if you were born in 1980, your career would have lasted 6, 7, 8 more years, right?
Yeah. What, are you looking for stocks or what? Are you trying
I don't know. What are we? That's the whole thing.
I'm just checking.
We got tax refund delays.
Yeah. Well, what the heck? What else can be delayed?
I mean, everything. Nothing's open. Do you want to check the stocks? I heard you made a bunch of money recently. Is that true?
No, not yet. I have a company that.
Yeah, that's right. I saw that.
Yeah. We're doing all right.
They're probably in here. Probably doing all right.
Yeah, they're doing all right.
When you read the newspaper, what sections do you like to go to? Sports, money, life?
I like a little bit of everything. I get onto the money. Obviously, the only problem with me is I hate looking at the stocks I have because it makes your day go up or down. So I try not to look at those.
Wait a second. So someone who famously was unaffected by anything in football, everything. If we're 2% down on a stock, you're taking it hard?
I don't care about the stock market. I care about my
No, I know. I'm just saying you're looking at it and you got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's just like if it continues to go down, I have issues, but not bad ones.
What's one thing about playing in the Super Bowl we don't know? If you could give Joe Burrow advice right now and say this is what playing in the Super Bowl is like, this is how it's different from any game you've ever been in, what do you say?
The only thing that's different about it is when you first walk on the field. I just say enjoy that moment because the yays and the boos that happen at the same time, are like no other game that you've been at, right? Because you're going to have just about equal amount of people from both sides at the game, and it's just another game. Once you get out there, I used to hope I got knocked down, got hit early, just to get you back and focusing and not worrying and thinking. And yeah, it's just I don't think he needs any advice. You know, obviously he's got that, like I said, that demeanor, that preparation. You be ready, and you'll have nothing to worry about.
You watch any good TV right now? Aside from the smart TV stuff, do we have movie recommendations?
Well,
TV
not so much movie. We've been watching more series stuff.
Okay, of course.
I started watching 1883?
Oh, Yellowstone. Yellowstone 1893. Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, so been getting into that.
Did you watch the original Yellowstone too?
Yes.
Okay, I think everybody involved in the NFL is watching Yellowstone at this point.
No.
It's a big thing.
You know, one of the things that had a great few years with Guinness, and fell in love with Guinness when I was over in Ireland, believe it or not, looking for jumping horses at some point. And,
I mean, we've all been to Ireland.
Yeah.
Looking for jumping horses.
But
classic tale.
But yeah, they got a great little thing going on right now where after this big game, comes another big moment in St. Patrick's Day.
Sure.
And it'll be one of the few years that we've been able to everybody get back together again.
Yeah.
And so they have $50,000 prizes. They want you to go onto their social. There's a barcode. You can upload a 30-second cheer on what it means to you to get back to celebrate St. Patrick's Day again with all your friends.
How'd you find the jumping horses?
Believe it or not, it was cheaper to buy them over there and ship them back over here than trying to buy one over here.
That's a good tip.
That's
a good tip about jumping horses. All right, we always do the horoscopes. When's your birthday, Joe?
June 11th.
June 11th. Gemini. Time spent visualizing where you want to be 6 months to a year from now will not be time wasted. Your imagination is so strong that if you hold a picture of your future in your head today, it is guaranteed to become your reality before long. Are you a big visualization guy?
Nice. Yeah, I love it.
Right,
That's what I did on my whole career, is visualize plays every day to memorize them.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm going to take that to heart.
I love it. All right, and then we do a thing called Club Kevin. You can pick anybody in the world to induct into our sort of Hall of Fame. Whoever you think is crushing it this week, this month, whatever. Could be an athlete, could be a TV person, does not matter. It's whoever Joe Montana thinks belongs in right now.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to take all the Olympians.
All the Olympians?
Yeah, not just one.
He's been watching the highlights, folks.
Yeah.
And he sees all the Olympians.
I just saw the skating and the snowboard, the womenmen's snowboard.
Do you do any of that stuff?
No.
Okay.
I have too many new parts to do it. I have enough
but you
injuries.
Admire it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love watching it.
Joe Montana is here with Guinness. Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Great to have you, man. Enjoyed it.
Welcome to Slow News Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark. Keep that down. We got some moves. We're progressing as the week goes along. Rank your top TV shows of all time.
I think Impractical Jokers is number 1.
Okay.
I think Game of Thrones is number 2. I think South Park is up there as well.
Sure.
I think South Park is really funny. And The New Girl.
The New Girl?
Yeah, New Girl.
Okay.
I grew up watching it, so it was funny.
Wow, okay. All right, Justin Herbert, Charger star. He's here on behalf of Meta. Joe Montana was just on that seat about 5 minutes ago, and I said, who do you admire? And he mentioned you. That's kind of weird, right?
I think that's huge praise. You know, I grew up and have always been a big fan of him, and my dad especially. So it's really cool to hear that.
You watching the Winter Olympics?
I have not been.
No, I've asked everybody, and nobody's watching the Winter Olympics. I don't really know what's going on with it. It's just a conversation piece. I want to talk about the tie real quick. You were filmed saying, "I've never wanted a tie so badly." Was that exactly what you were saying?
I think it might have been along the lines.
Okay.
Just at the whole situation, the game. The tie would have sent us into the playoffs.
Yep.
So that's all I wanted.
How annoyed are you about questions about your hair?
No, it's part of the job. You know, it's the unfortunate position that I'm in, but it's not too bad.
Well, did people want you to cut it, to keep it?
I think the general consensus has been to keep it.
Okay.
I did buzz it off last year, and
right,
that
sure,
did cause
I remember
some chaos.
But was the problem it's short or the cut itself?
I think it might have been both.
Okay, I think you can pull off short. I just think maybe you pulled it off the wrong.
Yeah, no,
way.
I thought it was great because instead of people talking about our record at the time, they were talking about my hair, and so it was a great distraction technique that I thought was pretty pretty important for us.
Mina Khan's asked me to ask you about your cat. Tell me about Nova.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm more of a dog person, but with the time constraint, I don't have a whole lot of time to take care of a dog.
Okay.
And so cats kind of take care of themselves. So it was really easy and something.
I mean, you can get a dog.
Yeah, but I don't think it would live the proper life that it would need.
So you're such a dog person, you can't own dogs.
Well, I mean, I don't have a whole lot of time outside.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So
You care so much about the dog, and you want it to have the most fruitful life possible, that you cannot own a dog. And you're, okay.
That's one way to look at it.
It's an amazing take. It's a very thoughtful take for someone so young. I'm like 10 years older than you. I would never think that. I would just buy a dog, and he would have you know, or not neglected, but, you know. What kind of cat is Nova? Like
a Bengal cat.
A Bengal cat?
Correct.
Going into this weekend, are you picking the Bengals because of Nova the Bengal cat?
No, I think the real winner of the Super Bowl is the city of Los Angeles for hosting the Super Bowl.
Oh, amazing. Has that been your standard pick?
That's been my official answer.
That's amazing. Did you come up with that as a way to just not answer the question?
I think it's always tough because we've played the Bengals, we haven't played the Rams,
right?
And so I can speak on what we did against the Bengals and how we were able to do that. But at the same time, both teams are incredible. They've got really good coaching staff, so it's always tough.
I'm going to ask a slightly uncomfortable question. You obviously get compared to Joe all the time. That's gone back and forth. Herbert, Burrow. Him being in the Super Bowl makes you feel how right now?
I think it's always unfortunate when you don't make the playoffs.
Sure.
And like I said earlier, I think really highly of our team, our coaching staff, and I know that if we continue to work and do all these great things, I know that we can be there one day. But you have to respect, his ability to get there, and he's won. He's a competitor. At the same time, you got to respect that from him.
What have you been watching? What have you been listening to? What kind of recommendations does Justin Herbert have right now?
I've been playing a lot of golf.
Okay.
Outside of football, when things kind of slow down, it's golf, kind of relax, find some time to kind of unwind from the season.
Jim Nantz told me that you were one of his favorite people to golf with over the last year because you showed up, you were driving, I guess, up the coast, and you stopped in Pebble and played with them.
He lives up there, and he came out on the course and walked with us for a little bit, and he's one of those guys that I've really looked up to, and you just hear the voice and you know how important he is, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know him.
Do you play with other quarterbacks, have you?
So I think Marcus Mariota, I played with him a couple times. Joey Harrington, also from Oregon. Same time, a lot of the teammates from the Chargers.
Sure. Not but like Mahomes, Allen, that whole crew.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Because Nance has played with all those guys. He's like the big connector. You guys just do big golf trips. Just go to Bandon or something.
It could be pretty fun.
Yeah. We do in Zodiac all the time. When's your birthday, Justin?
It's in March.
March
10th.
March 10th. You're a Pisces. If every time you open your mouth to say your piece, a rival tries to shout you down and then obviously ignores your words are having an effect. Ignore them completely and let the world know you're the one with the big ideas and the work ethic to match. It's kind of a loaded one, Justin.
That is. That's a lot of information to process.
I don't even know if I want you to comment on that. And that's a pretty specific and bad one. What are you doing in Los Angeles this week? I mean, obviously you live here, but like everything's happening. Like what's your week look like?
Yeah, I think it's one of those great opportunities to have lived in Los Angeles for the past couple of years and to partner with Meta, actually.
Yep.
They've been able to produce these great virtual reality headsets, and it's something I got into a couple of years ago, actually. And so to be able to partner up with them and now kind of work together on this and release all the games that they're able to come up with, it's been a lot of fun.
We do something called Club Kevin. It's where you can put anybody in the world into our Hall of Fame. Could be a TV show you watch, could be a golfer, could be an athlete, could be somebody playing on Sunday. Does not matter. Anybody you want. Who's Justin Herbert inducting?
I think the TV show The Impractical Jokers is my favorite TV show of all time. Heartbroken to find out Joe Gatto leaving, but at the same time, you have to respect the decision, and was just thankful for the seasons that he gave us.
Rank your top TV shows of all time.
I think Impractical Jokers is number 1.
Okay.
I think Game of Thrones is number 2. I think South Park is up there as well.
Sure.
I think South Park is really funny. And The New Girl.
The New Girl?
Yeah, New Girl.
Okay.
I grew up watching it, so it was funny.
Wow, okay. Justin Herbert, thanks for coming on Slow News Day, buddy.
Awesome, appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome to Slow News Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark. Hito Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, Michael Petrus, LeBron stopper.
Petrus.
I mean, do you think when he gets in the Hall of Fame that...
Don't you ever call Michael Petrus a LeBron stopper.
I'm sorry, I believe the science and the data that I saw in 2009.
Well, he was going through a lot from what I heard.
Yeah, Michael Petrus, that's what he was going through. All right, Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in football history. Welcome to Slow News Day. He's here with Courtyard by Marriott. What's going on, man?
Doing all right, man. I mean, obviously, I wish I was playing in the game, but the next best thing is coming here and enjoying the experience that is the Super Bowl.
So when you sat down, this happened to be in the paper that was open when Travis sat down. It's Joe Burrow looking pretty cool. You said that's pretty nice.
I mean, yeah.
Joe Burrow's got some swag.
Swagger, yeah. I mean, he's an Ohio guy, man. He's Ohio.
Oh wait, is there an
guy.
Ohio swagger I need to know about?
Oh yeah, what? You didn't know about this?
I'm from Florida. We have a different type of sort of football swag. I didn't know about the Ohio swag. Take me through it.
Well, obviously you can see the jacket. You got to dress warm up there in Ohio.
Of course.
We know how to layer, and on top of that, he's got the turtleneck going, the cool shades. It's a certain type of swagger that you can only get up there in the OHIO, baby.
I think my problem is I'm from Florida and I wear those kind of jackets anyway because I just like the style, but it's like 90 degrees and people are just like, what the hell is this guy doing? So do I need to move to
I don't see too many of those jackets down there in Florida.
I mean, you see, if you ran into me, I was in Miami a couple weeks ago just walking around with Coral Gables looking like this. Take me through the Bengals defense. What do I need to know about this team?
I mean, what a defense, man. It's going up against them twice now. Both games, they found a way in the second half to slow us down. And hats off to their defensive coordinators and all the guys being locked in and keyed in on our offense. So I don't think they're getting enough credit because of the star that is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and their offensive threats. But that defense is it's second to none, man. The way they play together, they make plays when the ball's in the air. They punch the ball out. They get after the quarterback. They're a dark horse in one of the biggest games in the
Who are you
world,
picking?
man. It's a great question. I'm torn. Like I said, I'm an Ohio guy. I played at the University of Cincinnati, so I got a lot of friends, a lot of family that are rooting for the Bengals. So I'm kind of rooting for them. And then on top of that, I got a lot of really good friends that are on the Rams. And who couldn't be a fan of Whitworth after last night's speech?
Oh my God!
How do you not root for that guy?
What a guy!
How do you not root for that guy?
What do you think this Harden Ben Simmons trade?
I mean, intriguing. I love those trades in the NBA. Just mix the pot up. Why not?
Who's your team?
Let's see.
Are you a Cavs fan?
I'm a Cavs fan, and we got a young, tough-hearted team right now, sitting at, I believe, top 5 in the East. We've been there for all year, and I'm excited to see what those guys are about. Mobley, Garland, we got a pretty young team that's exciting to watch.
Dude, my favorite thing is Joe Burrow's tweets about like the 2009 Cavs. Like everybody else, everybody else in the NFL has got all these problematic tweets, and Joe Burrow, you just go through his old tweets, and it's like, man, I really hate Rashard Lewis. Like it's that kind of stuff. It's so pure.
It's definitely, I share that with him.
Yeah, just old Cavs tweets, just like Hito Turkoglu sucks, that kind of thing.
Oh, the Magic. Don't get me started on Jameer Nelson.
Uh-oh, I'm a huge Magic fan, Trav.
Don't do this to me.
I'm a huge Magic fan.
Don't do this to me.
Are we in your head? The 2009 Magic in your head?
No. Delonte West is in my head.
Hito Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, Michael Petrus, LeBron stopper. I mean, do you think when he gets in the Hall of Fame that...
Don't you ever call Michael Petrus a LeBron stopper.
I'm sorry, I believe the science and the data that I saw in 2009.
Well, he was going through a lot from what I heard.
Yeah, Michael Petrus, that's what he was going through.
I'll tell you what,
Look into it.
Turk was hitting some big-time shots. So was Jameer Nelson. Hats off to him.
It was an amazing team.
That was a good run. I'll tell you what, they screwed up one of arguably the most legendary finals that could have been. That never was. LeBron versus Kobe.
Yeah, LeBron could have fixed that by getting around a juggernaut, and he couldn't do it.
A juggernaut. Did they get swept?
No.
Did they get swept?
No, we won a game.
You're right, they got swept.
How dare you disrespect Game 3 of that finals? A great memory of mine.
That's pretty good. I appreciate this conversation even more now that we're talking about the Cavs.
I've been triggered. I don't like it. What's your offseason like? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What do we need to know?
I'll tell you what. The past couple of years, I've been getting more and more into golf.
Yeah, I heard that.
And on top of that, I'm trying to set myself up for when football does end for me. So I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable on screen with a microphone in my hand.
There you go. You're doing great so far.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I just you never know what's. I don't like planning things. I'm a big like just do it on the run type thing. Just wing it. So I would assume that there's a lot of golf, and you'll catch me on the tube here and there.
I heard you play with Pat a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, Pat's the one that kind of reeled me in to get the ball rolling on golf, and then once I got into it, I mean, I can't stop now.
What's your favorite TV show right now? What are you watching?
Right now I'm in the middle of the new season of Ozarks.
Okay.
That, and I'm trying to catch up on Succession.
Oh. What do we like about Succession?
Just the family dynamic.
Right.
I mean, how can you not appreciate the sibling rivalry on top of the oldest of the bunch bumping heads with dad?
Yep.
You know, I feel like I've seen that story way too many times.
In life?
Yes. My dad and my brother
Wait, is there a succession among the Kelces?
I would say no.
Just you and Jason just feuding all the time?
Because, I mean, we were taking out loans all the time.
Right.
Instead of actually, like,
so just,
being the richest family in America.
So it was the same thing. It was just a different type of.
Every family deals with similar things. Exactly.
I'm looking for
definitely no backstabbing in the Kelce household.
You don't know about it. One day Jason comes in.
Oh, here.
Jason comes in. He's on fire.
Gotta watch out for that guy. He's a sneaky dude, man.
Come on, Jason. What else? What other pop culture do we need to know? Recommend some things for the people.
Recently enjoyed going to the movie theater. Saw Ghostbusters. My guy Paul Rudd.
That is your guy.
Man, that was I enjoyed the heck out of it. I thought they did an absolutely great job on making it a new version of Ghostbusters. Man.
People don't know how big of a Chiefs fan Paul Rudd is.
Oh, they don't know.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, he grew up right there in OP, I believe.
You probably have better stories than me. I was in the locker room after they won after you guys beat Oakland to win the AFC West a couple years ago, and he was in there.
Yep.
And Mitch Morse came up with a hat, and gave it to Paul Rudd. And Paul Rudd has seen everything. He knows everybody. Mitch Morse gives him a hat, and he's like, "Holy shit. Like, this is the best moment of my life." And I'm like, "Dude, you make millions of dollars."
It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. Like he's been our heart and soul ever since I've been with the Chiefs. I've seen him in passing. Him, Eric Stonestreet, another named Rob Riggle, another one. We got a pretty good crew of celebrities or actors that follow the Chiefs or from or have the ties to the Chiefs, and it makes it fun. It makes it fun for a guy like me because I've watched all their movies. Stone Street on Modern Family. I've enjoyed them from a distance. So to finally meet them and have a cool relationship with them, it's a pretty dope experience.
Last couple things for you. What's one thing we don't know about playing in the Super Bowl? Like, if Joe Burrow texts you right now and says, "I'm going out there on Sunday, don't know what to expect. It's different than even playing in the national championship game." You tell him what?
Halftime is extremely long.
Yeah.
You typically are going to a halftime, it's 15 minutes max. This one's going to be a good 25, 30 minutes of you just sitting around. So get up, get your blood flow going. Don't just kind of sit there and let everything die down. You always be ready for the moment. But there's not much I need to tell anybody over there. All those guys got it figured out.
They got it. All right, we do the horoscope. When's your birthday, Trav?
October 5th of
October
89.
5th, okay, good. We're Libras, so it's fine.
Lucky Libras, baby.
Relationships have been a bit rocky of late. Okay, this is a little weird. But the influence of Venus, planet of love, will help you smooth things over. Differences of opinion and outlook on the home front are inevitable, but you can find ways to live with them. I don't know. Is this another Kelce succession take?
That's it's pretty bland if you ask me.
I know. I mean, it can apply to who's not
dealing with at least a little bit of a hiccup in a relationship.
I hear that.
You know what I mean?
Yes. All right.
Not that I'm dealing with anything by any means, but
we're not.
Who isn't?
Who isn't? Who isn't
but we're
out
not.
there? We're not. We do a thing called Club Kevin. It's the last thing. It's our Hall of Fame. You could induct anybody on the planet, an athlete, somebody you're watching on TV, anybody you read about in the newspaper. Could be anybody. Who you got?
I got Big Whitworth, man.
Oh, of course.
It's still on my mind.
Of course. It's
still
unbelievable.
On my mind.
Great speech. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Andrew Whitworth.
And getting your community to help out, baby.
Yeah.
That's the biggest message right there for you.
Boom. Anything else we know about Courtyard by Marriott?
I'm here on behalf of Courtyard by Marriott to shine some light on the Super Bowl sleepover contest that they're having. They turned one of the suites in SoFi Stadium into a hotel room, into a Courtyard Marriott hotel room, and a lucky super fan will get the chance to win a night before the Super Bowl in SoFi Stadium. They'll be the first ones that wake up in the stadium. You only get that experience with the official hotel of the NFL.
All right. Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on Solo News Day.
You know it. Have a good one, guys.
Welcome to Solo News Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark. All right, Sean Payton, one of the best coaches of his era, is here with Zebra. He's retired now. What's going on, buddy? No, retired for now. Excuse me, retired for now.
Just for now. No.
Unemployed. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I guess that is a good way to put it. Trying to get adjusted to the schedule, traveling a little bit. We're out here for the better part of a week, visiting with some networks and kind of see what the future holds. I'd like to get into television.
We'll offer you a job right now. We can't pay. You got Gatorade, some Lay's. We'll just put a package together.
I like the chips.
Okay, good. So just something to think about.
Call it a lunchbox offer.
Maybe you'll get some millions of dollars offers, whatever, but there's some things money can't buy. That's all I'm saying.
I like it. I like it.
Some things money can't buy. Okay, so at your press conference, when you were stepping down from the Saints, you said you didn't know what was next, and that was very fulfilling. Literally, what was next? What did you do the next day in your first day post-coaching?
Man, not much. Outside of sleep, returned a lot of text messages.
Sure.
There was a handful of punch list items. I'm going through remodeling a house in New Orleans.
That's a full-time job in and of itself.
Getting that squared away, trying to get the office organized and cleaned out, getting a mover in. When you're somewhere for that long, you kind of you have a lot of stuff. Housing with the car, insurance, all that stuff that you really haven't thought about.
I mean, you probably have not had any of those thoughts in what? When was the last time you had a day where you didn't have a football thing to do?
Shoot, I've coached the last 32 years of my life.
That must feel very weird.
Yeah, it was different, definitely.
What's one thing you always wanted to say but couldn't because you were employed by the league or employed by the Saints?
There's not one specific thing. I think because things come up periodically where you're like, oh, I have an easy opinion with that.
What would that, like officiating?
Yeah. Well, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
If someone was just talking about teams trying to lose a game.
Oh, yeah.
And it's ridiculous. It's flawed thinking by any front office to think that, we're going to improve our draft status to get a certain player. It's that idea that we can turn winning and losing off. There's just been no history of it.
I was at the game where the Bengals clinched Joe Burrow. It was against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I went in that locker room. They were devastated. Guys in there because they don't care about whether or not Joe Burrow is coming next year.
It's flawed thinking.
And you think about the teams that tried to lose. Okay, they got the first overall pick, but they didn't build anything.
It's anybody's done that. It's the idea that we can. Let's turn it on, turn it off. I watched Tampa Bay do it when they played us. They fired Lovey the next year. I watched the Eagles do that a year and a half ago with Nate Sudfeld. They fired Doug Peterson the following year. It's not the NBA. It's entirely different.
Speaking of first overall pick, here's Joe Burrow. Looks pretty cool. What do I not understand about Joe Burrow that I need to?
I don't know what you don't understand. I don't think a lot of people. I'm going to say this. I don't know that anyone understands his journey, and it's pretty impressive. His journey out of high school to Ohio State, from Ohio State, 1-year starter, LSU, first round pick. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
McVay, obviously, one of the best young offensive minds that's come in the league in a long time. When you're watching his offense, you think what?
A lot of turbo, pre-snap alignment motion, either or plays, tripod plays where there's three. Managing the clock and getting up and getting these things communicated, but I think he does a good job with that.
How did this game go on Sunday?
The Rams are built for this type of game. I think, made some really good moves. They've added to their roster. It's a tough matchup for Cincinnati, and yet we were kind of that team, 14 years ago. We were the Bengals, playing the Colts. But I would lean towards the Rams.
When we talked last year, you were watching Queen's Gambit. What are you watching right now?
I'm watching this, not Flightless, it's the movie about the plane that disappeared for 5 years.
Oh, Manifest.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching.
Wow.
Manifest. Pretty wild.
It's wild? I've never seen it.
It's good.
Okay. You and Drew Brees had the best partnership maybe in offensive history when you just look at the numbers. If you could coach any quarterback in history, where you just say, oh my God, I would have loved to have had a season with this guy, who would it have been? Anybody from the start?
Well,
Otto Graham.
I had it. I was lucky.
Yeah.
Right? And then so you're asking me outside of Drew.
Sure.
Look, I tell you what, it was fascinating to watch Favre play. It was fascinating to watch his arm strength. So I've always been a big fan of his. Obviously, we've seen the success Tom Brady's had.
Sure.
Yeah, there's been 2 or 3. Obviously, Elway was an amazing talent. And Marino, who never won a Super Bowl, but was one of the best ever.
You and Favre, though, that'd have been something, man. That'd have been some offense. When's your birthday, Sean?
December 29th.
Here we go, Capricorn. This is a highly positive time for you, so reject any negative thoughts that may be trying to creep into your brain and believe you have what it takes to be the biggest and the best. The world loves a winner, and you're number one.
I like that.
It's pretty good. You're taking meetings right now.
Yeah,
you got
good with that.
Good. Last thing, we do a thing called Club Kevin. You can induct anybody in the world right now. It could be a TV show you're watching, movie, could be an athlete you're just fond of right now. Could be anybody. Who are you inducting in?
I'm inducting into what?
A thing called Club Kevin, where it's basically our Hall of Fame.
Man, anyone in the world, Club Kevin. All right, I'm going to induct My daughter Megan.
Oh yeah,
and my son Connor. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Amazing.
My children.
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah, I'm gonna, both children into Club Kevin.
That's a sign of a good dad because we've done the show for 5 years. I'm not sure we've ever inducted a child, someone's child. Somebody's child.
We're gonna research you though before we. I'm gonna make sure like intelligence out to make sure Megan and Connor are good with Club Kevin.
I mean, Club Kevin, it is good. There's all sorts of. It's all above board. It's all above board.
I like it.
You're here with Zebra. I'm fascinated by this whole thing. Analytics and what you can do now. We have the RFID chip, I think it is.
This is the chip.
Which determines...
Look, we swipe food, right?
Right.
We swipe auto parts. We swipe... That's Zebra. And now we finally put it in shoulder pads.
Now that you're out of it, what's the coolest thing that you can share with me that you were able to glean from this?
How long a player was on the field, how much movement, how many miles traveled. Receivers average 6 miles on a good practice. Offensive and defensive linemen, 2 miles. It's all about like soft tissue injury for us. We get alignment information. How often is Cooper Kupp outside as opposed to inside the slot? Of course, for the broadcast booths, they give you the next gen stats that are good for the production team. All of those bowls that we East-West. When you watched those 10 years ago, you would fast forward through tape, and these players would be in and out of those games. They didn't just stay in, and you were like, oh, he's wearing the long socks. And it was very inefficient. These allow us to just go right to, like you would be, queuing up music and just get his 18 plays. And the chips identify where he's at.
All right, well, remember, standing offer here at Slow News Day. Thanks so much, Sean Payton.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Welcome to Slow News Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark. All right, Russell Wilson, one of the best players in football. He's here with Subway. What's going on, man? Welcome to Slow News Day.
Man, appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here on the Ringer with you, man.
How is this game going to go on Sunday?
I think it's going to be a hectic game early on, and I think it's going to be explosive throughout the middle to the end of the game. I think the Rams are going to win though. I think with the D line that they have and how they rush, and the playmakers they have on offense and defense. I think they pull it through.
I want to take you down memory lane. This is the first time we talked. So I haven't changed. You've improved.
Your hair? You had a little bit more hair? All right.
I was probably 70 pounds heavier, and I have that tie that's long.
I see.
But other than that, everything's the same.
Yeah, your tie's like 3 inches too long.
It's about 5 feet too long, I would say, if you look at it. But I would say that we've both probably come a long way from there, or not.
We have.
Have we improved at all?
We have improved. Let's go, man.
Good.
Look at you. You're doing your own show.
Well, finally we have subs in the middle
listen,
of it.
I got my own freaking sub.
Should we sign this?
I'm going to sign this for you.
Wait, you're signing the bread?
I'm signing the bread.
Okay. All right, let's bring over Danny Kelly.
Nobody's ever done this before.
Danny Kelly is Mr. 12 here. He's number 13. That's how big of a 12 he is.
There you go, man. What's up, brother? Good to see you.
Is this?
I brought you guys lunch. So this is my Danger Witch. I got my own freaking sandwich.
Okay.
So I mean, it's pretty cool. I've custom made this for you guys. So I'm gonna give you a little background though, because you're obviously a Seattle fan. I know who you root for.
University of Miami. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that's
it. I don't have football. I don't know how to.
Okay, all right. Well, anyways, we used to beat Miami back in the day, just so you know. But I'll move on.
At NC State?
Back to the sandwich.
I remember that.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, as a freshman, I hated it.
Good game.
Yeah.
So anyways,
it wasn't that good of a game.
It was a great game.
It was a bad game.
But in terms of the sandwich, when I was at NC State, speaking of NC State, I didn't have much growing up, and so I used to go across. I used to stay at University Towers. I used to go right across the road, and there was a Subway right there. And I used to go in there every day at lunch, and I got my sandwich made. I'd have them custom make this thing for me, but I call it the Danger Witch. It's got Black Forest ham in it. It's got salami. It's got pepperoni. It's got all that. And then we got provolone. We got a bunch of other stuff that you guys may like. But it's a good sandwich. And Italian herb and cheese. But honestly, for me, it's just been a blessing just to think about, being a young kid going to Subway and then to be where I am today.
Sure.
And to know that, man, I got my own freaking sandwich. Let's go. So it's a blessing for sure. But it's been a cool journey. So I brought a little lunch for you.
Can you, can you sign a different one? Because Danny doesn't like peppers.
I can sign another one for you.
I'm kidding.
Okay, all right.
Here you go, Danny.
You to sign the sandwich. That's perfect.
There you go.
What an amazing moment.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Did you ever think you would get a signed sandwich from Russell Wilson?
I didn't see this coming.
Yeah. Don't bite it. Don't take that advice.
Save this.
Just save it. Put it in the freezer and save it. Is that what you're going to do? No. Make sure you take a bite. It's
I'm
good.
not really sure how we save this, but all right, what are you doing this offseason? As far as we talked last summer and you were in Italy during the Euros, you're an adventurous guy. What do you do?
Well, right now I've been training like crazy so far. That's been cool. I go down to California. I train a bunch, and I take my kids to school every day. That's kind of the best part of the day.
Carpool?
Yeah, I take the kids to carpool every day. It's always a blast. But I think for me, it's just being focused and getting ready to roll again. I think for me every day I wake up with this vision of being great, and then I have business stuff too that I get to do as well.
I want to talk about the most important thing that these guys were talking about over the past couple of hours, which is the Mr. Unlimited nickname. Is it still your nickname?
Well, I'm not sure if it's my nickname, but I would say it's a persona that you have to become into, you know?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
in certain moments, you need to be unlimited. Unlimited.
You have to. What does that entail?
Well, I think it's just, I think everybody, if you want to be great in anything, you got to kind of switch into mindsets, you know? You got to be able to go into one thing and go into another. So I think, first of all, it's, you have to know who you are, you know, and what you want to be about. And then also you have to know that anything's possible, baby. It's unlimited.
I love it. By the way, at any point, if you want to break any news, just interrupt me. Otherwise, we'll just keep talking about horoscopes and all that stuff. Joe Burrow is amazing. Yeah. When you watch him, what do you appreciate about him?
Well, I love his competitive nature, just his focus. You know, you can feel it, you can see it, you can watch it. You know, it's cool to see.
How do you have? I mean, obviously, you had success really early in your career. What kind of personality does it take to help change a culture that quickly and that early, and have command of a locker room when you're that young?
I think it's just a relenting approach to number one, doing what you know how to do, and that's to play the game. And I think number two, you got to go perform. And number three, I think it's, you know, I think that what Joe does is he speaks life into those guys, and he tells guys what they're capable of. You know, I think that's really critical.
Last time we talked, you were really into Yellowstone. What are we watching right now?
Ooh, Yellowstone's amazing. Got done with that. You know, C and I right now, we're trying to find our next show. Do you have any recommendations?
I don't know, guys. TV recommendations for us?
Next show.
Euphoria.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I have not caught up on Euphoria yet.
Your teammate, DK Metcalf, was on our podcast the other day. And he
binging on Euphoria?
He said he was not going to watch a Super Bowl because he's behind on Euphoria. And he's decided that Sundays is Euphoria Day.
Yeah, I can see that.
So if you run into DK,
I can see
you guys
DK definitely watching Euphoria.
You can watch that together.
That's good. There you go.
All right,
I got to catch up on Euphoria.
We do a horoscope every single time. What's your birthday, Russ?
I'm November 29th.
November 29th, Sagittarius.
Yes.
You must maintain a positive attitude about your money situation. Okay? You may not have as much cash to play with as you would like, but you've still got enough to cover
I can
the
always
basics.
like more cash, but you know, at the end of the day, I think
Let me tell you what's funny about
I think
this.
the horoscopes
A little off. And what's funny is that the horoscope, we joke about this all the time, is so broad that and it applies to everybody, but I actually don't think it applies in this situation. That's just a conservative guess that he has enough for the
doesn't
basics.
apply for this.
He doesn't have enough. All right, we do a thing called Club Kevin.
You have an old horoscope we can do or something?
I don't.
Can I get a new one?
This one's got. This does have Subway sandwich ingredients on it at this point, so it's. And also we have New York's weather here as well. We do a thing called Club Kevin here. You can induct anybody on the planet, whoever you're feeling right now. It could be an athlete, just our Hall of Fame, athlete, TV show.
Inducting them to what though?
Into our Hall of Fame, our personal Hall of Fame, our show Hall of Fame. Could be anybody, an athlete you've seen. You know, Travis Kelce has put in Andrew Whitworth. Tons of people put in TV characters, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who you got?
Ooh, you know, I'm going with two people. Can I go two?
Sure.
I'm going
Sean Payton put both his kids in.
I'm going with two people. I'm gonna go with two basketball players.
Okay. Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Steph Curry. He may already be in your Hall of Fame.
I think he has been, but that's okay.
And I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard. Okay, so are you a Blazers fan? I saw you shout out CJ McCollum.
I'm a Damian Lillard fan.
Okay.
I'm a Blazers fan. Yeah, I like watching the Blazers. I'm not like a diehard. I haven't watched every single game. I'm not, but I do like. I appreciate the Blazers for sure. But it's been cool to watch Damian just over the years, you know, battle through what he's gone through and everything else, and to play at the highest level, and then see Steph Curry doing what he's done over the years. You know, those guys are, I think, are underappreciated players.
Who won the Harden Simmons trade?
That's a good one. I think the Sixers did.
Yeah.
The Sixers
I think so too.
Yeah, Harden's pretty good.
Yeah. Russell Wilson, thank you so much
guys,
for
man. Thanks for having me, man. I hope you enjoy that sandwich.
I think he's already eating it. He's
already eating it over there. He's already eating the whole half the sandwich already.
Welcome to Sunday Day with Kevin Clark. I am Kevin Clark.
She didn't hook up with me.
Darius Rucker, one of the best entertainers of the last few decades. What's going on, man? You're here with PXG?
Yeah, man. Just here, you know, for the game, man. For you with PXG, yeah.
How does this game go on Sunday?
I think Rams get up, but Joe does something late to win it.
I completely agree with you. It's going to be close.
Yes.
And then Joe Burrow plays better situational football than anybody.
Yes.
How do you bet against Joe Burrow in a one-score game? You can't do it.
You can't. I did it all playoffs, and it cost me. You can't.
I want to ask you about the Dolphins. So you're a Dolphins fan.
A huge Dolphin fan.
What are we doing with Tua?
I hope we got a plan now. I don't think we had a plan the last couple of years. I hope we got a plan now.
No, there was some plans with the short passes and the RPOs. I mean, I don't know how high a ceiling is, you know?
We got to give him a chance with an offensive line and somebody who wants to be there with him. I wouldn't be surprised if we're in this game next year.
The Miami Dolphins, Mike McDaniel, Tua.
Absolutely.
Let's
I
do
wouldn't be
this.
surprised if we were in this game next year.
It starts here. It
Right
starts
now.
here.
Right now.
The Dolphins
Right now.
momentum starts here.
The climb starts
Wow.
right now. I might play left tackle.
How much confusion? I don't like that plan now. I like the plan until
that
just
plan's
now.
going.
I like the
Exactly.
plan until just now. There are people who still were like, oh, I didn't know they were talking about the Dolphins and the Dolphins make me cry. People think you're talking about the animal dolphins, which doesn't make any sense as a line.
It was so funny back in the day, and this was way before I got married. I'm talking to this girl, I'm chatting her up, it's going really well. I'm thinking it's going to be a good thing. And so she says, I love that you care so much about the environment. You know, you sing about save the dolphins, and the dolphins make you cry in your song. I was like, honey, I'm talking about the Miami Dolphins. I was like, if God came right now and said you can save the whales and the Dolphins gonna win the Super Bowl, see you, whales. She didn't hook up with me.
I didn't expect that story. I gotta tell you that. I didn't expect that story. Wow. What TV are you watching right now, Darius?
Oh, I'm just finished watching Yellowstone.
Everybody, we're making a compilation. Everybody who's been here has said Yellowstone.
Yeah,
over
it's
the
too
past,
good not to
over the past
watch.
2 days.
And
have you watched
Peaky
the prequel?
Blinders. They're about to come out with a new Peaky Blinders.
They are about to come out
Yeah,
with
I'm
the
waiting
Peaky
for
Blinders.
that.
That's like
Yeah.
my favorite show of all time.
Yes, mine too. My favorite show of all time.
Yeah, I would watch. I mean, it's an unbelievable show.
Favorite show of all time.
The music
no joke.
cues. I now spend too much on clothing because I want to be like a
Me
Peaky
too.
Blinder. Yeah. Yes.
Me too.
Who's your favorite character?
Aunt Polly was my favorite character. Aunt Polly, she's my favorite character. She's tough.
She's still been in every episode
Yes.
as of now. I mean,
How about yours? Who's your favorite?
I mean, Tommy. I mean, you got to go. It's like Joe Burrow, right? It's just like he's the guy. He's the guy, and everything flows through him.
Yes.
What do you think of this fit? Joe Burrow.
See, when he walked, I can't believe I bet against him when he walked in with that last week, and I bet against him. Who am I?
What's the biggest fashion heat check you've ever had? Where you were just like, all right, I'm wearing this. I don't care how it looks. Like, you've been famous for a long time. What was the time where you were just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it here with this fashion choice.
I have a solid gold diamond encrusted Rolex that when I wear it, I feel like I'm just as bougie as I could possibly be right now.
Where do you wear it?
I don't wear it very often. I usually wear it with a suit or something like that, or a tux or something.
You see, the boss move is just to wear it like with this look right here.
I have, and I feel very bougie.
What's your favorite athlete interaction of all time?
Okay, I'm going to tell the story. This is my favorite because it's funny. I'm talking to Dan Marino. We're at his golf tournament, and the night before his tournament, he had a black tie event, so everybody's in tuxedos.
Yep.
And this is the year that after Brady won the Super Bowl. So I'm sitting talking to Dan, and
that year that Brady won the Super Bowl. Gotcha.
The first time he won the Super Bowl. So Dan looks over my shoulder. He goes, "Hey, Tom, come meet Darius." So I don't know who Tom is. Tom walks over, and I turn around, and it's Tom Brady in a tuxedo. And I hope you get this on camera because this is exactly how it happened. I'm not joking. He said, "Darius, meet Tom." And I turned around, and I said, "Hey, Tom." Oh, shit. My whole body went limp. My hand went from this to like this, like, "Oh, Tom, where we going?" He looked so good in that tuxedo. And so that was the weirdest one, yeah, because I don't really like dudes. So that one was really weird because Tom looked really good that day.
You were ready to risk it all for Tom Brady.
Yes, I was ready. My whole demeanor changed.
What's Dan Marino like to have as a friend?
Oh, he's one of my best. He's more of a brother than a friend, and it's awesome to have him as a friend.
He's just a badass, isn't he?
He's a badass.
Tell us what you're doing with PXG.
I've been with them since 19, and you know, my handicap's going from 8 to 4. The one thing that I really believe about PXGs is you have more fun playing golf when you play good golf. And PXGs.
I wouldn't know.
PXGs will help you play good golf.
Okay, that's great. What's the best golfing experience of your entire life?
Becoming friends with Jack Nicklaus. Becoming friends with Jack, like getting to go to Ohio with Jack, and the stories he told, and that was it.
We do a horoscope every time. What's your birthday?
Mine's Taurus. I'm glad I didn't read it today.
You've been working so hard of late that you could probably do with a breather, and while your ruling planet Venus is so well placed in your chart, you can easily find ways to relax. This might be a good time to start planning a vacation.
This is so true. It's amazing how true these things are.
Well, we just had Russell Wilson on, and they said he was broke in this, and so I don't know about that. He's got money.
That one was wrong.
We do something called Club Kevin. It's basically our Hall of Fame. You can induct anybody on the planet into it, whoever it is. Could be an athlete, could be a TV show you're watching, could be a politician, doesn't matter. Who are you inducting into Club Kevin?
I'm abducting Alfie from Peaky Blinders.
Yes. Alfie, welcome to Club Kevin. That is an emphatic yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Alfie, you're in Club Kevin. Darius Rucker also basically in our Hall of Fame. That was amazing. Thank you so much for coming on School News Day, man.
First one.